As Nigel Denton would say, what a stunning view.
And I'm hoping to get some pretty stunning conditions today.
I mean, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? So let's see how we can do a shot here. You have the railway line behind me, you have the slope, the green slope here, and then the mountain above. So maybe one shot we could do here is taking the curvature of the railway line and trying to get all these curves nicely in the frame. So let's try a different angle, taking the trunk of the tree here on the left as a natural frame with the leaves on top to get exactly the same type of image with the curvature of the railway and the green slope. But now the sun is gone behind a cloud, so maybe we're going to wait until we get this nice sunlight, or as Nigel would say, sunlight, shining through the entire landscape. It's very nice that every half an hour you got the train passing by, but it just went by, so I'm not going to wait for the next train to pass by. It's fine. Now, one thing we need to watch out for here is to make sure to not burn the clouds. They're very, very white, and the snow is also very white, so that's a bit of a tricky situation. Now, one option would be to use a bracketing shot, so you actually do 3 or 5 or 7 shots at different exposures, and then you merge everything together. Or if you have a good camera, you can get lucky and get all these highlights properly captured, the highlights in the clouds, highlights in the snow. So I use on the D780 the active lighting option in automatic, and the sensor is pretty good at having this good dynamic range across the shadows and the highlights. Sometimes you need to increase the exposure by 0.3, 0.7, but this is something to watch out for as you're trying to capture the scene right here. So the train is going to come in a few seconds from Interlaken going to Lauterbrunnen, but we don't care where it's coming from or where it's going. It's a good opportunity to practice the panning shot. So in this case, I'm going to select as slow of a speed as I can on my camera, and I'm going to pan on the left. I have the camera set up on the tripod to try and have this effect where the background is a little bit blurry, but the train itself is sharp. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a neutral density filter on me, not on me, on the camera right now, so I will have to select a shutter speed which is a little bit too high, so the effect will not be as pronounced as if I had selected a shutter speed of, let's say, 1/10 or half of a second. So another stunning view of a waterfall, actually the massive waterfall of Lauterbrunnen. And it's very tempting to just take the waterfall shot straight away and not really look at the surroundings, and it makes for a pretty bland photo if you just take the waterfall straight up vertical. Now there's another interesting thing we could do. If you look carefully, there are 2 trees, one right in front of the waterfall with that angle, and another red tree, slightly darker red tree. So let's see what angle we can find to shoot this photo. So right now I'm in front of the waterfall, and there are 2 really beautiful trees right in front of the waterfall. But there is a fence blocking my view. So actually, going up here will prove more interesting as an angle. Let me show you what I see from here. I'm going to record right now and explain why this fence that is almost invisible here is actually blocking my view when I'm down on the street. And now being a little bit above, I can shoot right into these trees and the waterfall behind and try to have everything nicely balanced between left and right. So this is the angle I wanted to shoot from. As you can see, the wind is blowing the water of the waterfall in different directions. So you really have to seize the moment or just move around left and right to capture the exact shot. But let's see what we can do as soon as the train arrives. As soon as the train arrives behind me and going up. As soon as this metal thing. As soon as the train arrives, and that's it. It.